Assalamualaikum. Today you are going to follow my class, which is with me, Cikgu Atirah, for your Microsoft Excel session about pivot table. Now you can keep your data easily with pivot with Microsoft Excel. You may manage your data for better analysis review. Let's continue. For the overview, let me introduce you about Microsoft Excel. As you can see, this is the Microsoft Excel features. You may see the table in all the windows. Microsoft Excel is a software program that created to create spreadsheet as a document with row and column arrangement. It can be used to keep and manage and manipulate data in a proper way by filling in the cell here. As you can see, here is the Microsoft Excel evaluation from the 1985 until now user. This is the current icon for Microsoft Excel. What is pivot table actually? Pivot table used to summarize, analyze, and present summary data what you had created in your Microsoft Excel. Here is a view of pivot table fields. You may see all the items in your pivot in your Microsoft Excel may listed in the pivot table field. You may transfer your pivot table to a pivot chart to present data from your pivot table visually. Reader more easier to view the comparison, trend, pattern, and information from your data. They may be interesting for your reader to gain more information. Here, my table of content for today's session. We got 5 elements for your pivot table. Start from ribbon and quick access of toolbar in your Excel. Next, we'll proceed to the element 2, which is we created a pivot table and we may see how to use the pivot table. Next, transferring data to a pivot chart and design your chart. Next, let's see what inside the element 1. The element 1 is a ribbon and quick access toolbar. You may identify the position of the command and features used most, managing the tools as our usage. Here is a toolbar for the Microsoft Excel. You may see view all the functions of the person. Start from File, Home, Insert, Page Layout, Formulas, Data, Review, View, Health. There all the ribbon bar. What is ribbon bar actually? Ribbon bar is a row of tabs, an icon at the top of the Excel window that allows you to quickly find, understand, and use commands for completing a certain task. The ribbon can be customized by setting the control. You may setting the control, which is you select what item you want to include in each uh, portion. But you may not setting what the item selected in the function, which is table, illustration, adds in, chart, towers, sparklines, filters. There are no, you may not change, but what item inside you may setting in the control setting. In a ribbon bar, the file is general menu and home icon is used for common use tool. Next, we go to insert, which in insert is adding any features you want to add in the cell. Page layout is a page setting, which is your layout, your margin, how the print view. Next is the formula. Formula icon, you may edit a specific formula or function you want. The data, you may organize your data how you want your data look like. Review is setup formatting view for your screen. View is overview setting. And you may help click help for asking anything regarding the tools and function. Next, we go for the quick access for pivot table toolbar. The quick access of pivot may is user to find the icon when needed. There are two methods to open it in a toolbar. The first method, you may find the tab chart, or the second method is a tab table. You see the insert ribbon. You may see two tabs, which is table and chart, that may uh, show you the way find the pivot. The first method, let's see. First, it's more easier to find and proceed the next task. First, you select the insert, as you can see from inside the ribbon, and find the table tab. The first method is table tab. So in the table tab, you may find the pivot table. The icon of pivot table is just a square with the arrows. The second method, let's see how. Second method is the alternative to pivot table, which is you may find the insert ribbon and go to chart tab. In the chart tab, you may find the pivot uh, pivot. Inside the pivot chart here, you may find the chart and the table inside. Okay. Next, go to the element 2. You may create your pivot table on your own. List down and making proper list of data. You may managing data for easy view and analysis. A pivot table allows you to bring out the importance related data from a large, detailed group of data. A pivot table helps you to summarize more extensive data of table. It shows you that the Microsoft Excel can help you to keep a lot of data by one file, which is there are more than 10 sheet. You may add that to fill up all your data, and you may compile all the data in one sheet, and all the sheet may together functional as you organize. And pivot help you to summarize all the data from different sheet. So the summarization more extensive table of data. In the pivot table, you may include large of data of table of data that may summarize to you how you may find the small item in the table by using a pivot table. First, you have to create it or fill your data in the Excel tables. As I tell you before, you may have a data in Excel. You may fill your data in cell in Microsoft Excel itself. So then you highlight all the data that you want to manage, which is if you want a two row or only two column, you must select all those what you want. But for me, for pivot table, you are recommended to select all data you have in Microsoft Excel to insert in the pivot table. Third step is you may select pivot table in insert ribbon. Find the insert ribbon, then go to pivot table. You may find this pop-up, which is how to create pivot table. So you make sure that your selected selected table are inside this reading. This is the range of your selected item, which is selected data. If not, you may highlight it and change one more time. After you've checked all the data field in the column table range, make sure the detail selected as a previous step, which is step 2. You selected all the data you want. And if everything fine and include in your selection, click OK button if the details are matched. Then the pivot table will create it automatically as the figure shown. You may see this in the pivot table fields and all the items you selected before listed in the pivot table field. That's why I'm suggested you to select all the data you have, because not all the data you selected will be included in your chart or presentation. All the product of the table had been transferred to the pivot table field as the element to be exported. You may select all the listed what you want in the field, pivot table field area. Now let's see how to use the pivot tables. The using pivot tables can make you easily to review and analyze worksheet data, easy comparing and presenting data and information to your viewer or your reader. A pivot table helps you to export all or some of data that you need from the selected table before. All the data may selected to be used or not as the reader view concerns. You may drag all the data needed to include in the groups. Whatever you need, you may tick or just select and drag to the column that you want or the row you want. You may organize your own, how you want it to look like. What the data inside you just drag and the table will create it for you, or you just tick the item and they will include inside automatically. The pivot table created based on the item selected. How you created before? Now here is the listed what you select. So this is what I'm selecting, which is the item or all the uh, participants, and this column what I want and all the data inside what to read. They are sort. You can sort all the data and the filter button. Here, filter button by column to arrange or manage data arrangement. The item selected can be changed as we need to review other comparison to create new pivot with different items. So if you don't want, okay, this is not a suitable one to compare, now you can back to the previous step and you may select what you want and back to this step. So you may view what you want to compare or what you want to view. The new changes will display in this sheet. For the element 4, here is a pivot chart. This is maybe interesting. You may translate data to chart and designing data to easy view. This is very interesting. All the data will be presented as a summarized data in a complete and easy view. All the data may be read in colored chart type. First, you may choose insert ribbon, select a pivot chart in chart tab, or you may select the item you want to create, or you just select the chart tab. Select the table range to analyze table, so you may select what you want and click OK if you finalize what you want. Second, The pivot chart automatically generates based on details selected. The pivot table we provide as a chart created. So this is what you want to include in your charts. So the chart automatically created to you using the simple designs. All the data have represented in the chart. What you select here and what's presented to you. And here also provided the pivot table and a pivot chart. This how you created a table, and here is the table. Based on the table, they present you a chart. The data to be reviewed can be changed as the analyzed detail in the pivot chart change. If you change the data here, automatically all the charts will be changed. If you change here, also all the created will be changed. It depends on what data you want to present. For the element 5, we will present you how to design your charts and your tables to the presenter. It shows you how interesting is your presentations. Uh, you may value added for the presentation by creating something additional or more interesting features added. For the simple one, all the data will be presented must be interesting and easy to read. Design styles are available to be designed in your own. As you can see here, you may choose what color you want, what shape you want, what design you want. All the tools provided represent helping hands to design the chart presents. First, there are chart formatting settings. You may format your chart design, which is how you want to format your designs, and there are colors. What colors you want? What combination color you want to generate your data? Your chart layout, that how you want to present your chart. Visit with the comparison between two item or different two category or whatever. There are many design can be matched together, either like a combo set or a la carte. You may choose what you want as a la carte. A set is auto-generate once the chart created. However, design may be changed one by one as the design given. As you can see, all the design features placed in the designs ribbon. There is a design ribbon for the design ribbon. So in the design ribbon, you have three: the yellow one, the red one, and the purple ones. So the yellow one shows you to add chart element. In the chart layout, you may select and organize your charts. You want to setting the axis, you want to set the title, you want to select the data label or whatever, you want to organize your legend, where to put, and add chart element. All this you may setting here. Next one is the layout. The layout is the red color one, which is you make a quick select your layout, how you want to your chart look like. Uh, so the chart layout setting you may select here. Here the auto generate, you may click and all your charts will be organized as you want. Oh, you want to change the color. You can choose the color, whatever you want. Uh, Either combination or orange or yellow whatsoever. You may choose. Here is the combo set. What I'm saying just now. The set when we select here what you want, you may get the charts as the setting already setting to you. So you just click what setting you want, and you get all the set, which is how the color presents, how the background presents, how the layout presents, all created in the site. Or you may a la carte which what you want to setting, but you need to set one by one if you want to a la carte, but it's more interesting, isn't it? Next, the chart formatting setting. Let's see. This is what I'm saying just now. You may format all what you want. All the element in chat can be customized as the option given. You may design suitable as your preferred. Which one is you want to setting your axis? How your axis look like? You may present the shadow of the axis. How you want to they look like, how you format the axis based on the alignment of the chart. You may setting the axis as the axis option, which is the category, the what item you want in the axis. Next, you may format the legend, which is how the legend look like, how the legend designs. And next is the data series, which is how you want the data series look like, which is what color, and yeah, that's all about designs. You may customize all your favorite inside your presentation itself. You may be interesting to look how you created your own style. The chart layout setting. As you can see, all the elements in chart can be customized as the option given. You may design suitable as your preferred. Let's see the first one. If you select this first layout, this layout exists name here inside. The chart time also inside. The bar stick together the same group, which is if you see here the Chinese, so the two grade A and B stick together. Okay, if you see the second is no exist name. You know you didn't have exist name here, but you know this is what group. uh, like here you have exist title, so this one you have no exist name, but you have the legend on right, like the first one, and the bar still stick together. The third one, there are no exist name too, and the legend on the top below the title of the chart. The bar, if you can see, the bar is separated each other, which is the group A and between group B is separated, even though in the same groups. You may customize what you want. Let's see what features more. Okay, here you can see the next one is there are no bars separated between each other, either the same group or the different group, or the same category or different category, but they may organize properly. And there are no legend. If you can see, you didn't know what is the blue and the orange category. So this is no legend, but sometimes people needs that particular features, because there are some categories that you may see only the boys or the girls. You just customize the color based on what the category, but there's still the exist name to you to ensure, even though there are no legend. Next is there are no exist name, but the legend there on the right. The bar overlap between each other. If you see the blue and the orange is overlap each other in the same group. So you may compare these two category in one group. This the last one we see the exist name here, and they are provided the legend in table view. So you may compare all the data in the table and the chart. The bar stick together for your comparison. Next is you see the chart color setting. The color chart can be painted as your favorite color. There are combination of the three element design in the chart, like layout and designs. So here the color or setting, you may select the color, either the color of the bar, the color of the background, the color of the lines, whatever you want. You may create it on your own. You may select the combination color between blue and orange, yellow or blue, orange with yellow, or the black and the visible bar, or you may create your own chart setting. Each design can make up by customized favorite color for the chart area. Now, let's go to the conclusions. The pivot in Microsoft Excel are very useful in order to have better result and feedbacks. Pivot able to ease your work by providing many interesting and effective design. As you can see, you are interesting with your design, and the viewer and the reader also interesting to continue to read and view how you present. All the features are suitable for many use. You can compare all the data, you can design all your favorite color, and you can customize what data you need to compare and how much data you need to compare. You can compare two data one times. You can compare more than five data one times. Just organize all your data in pivot. Let's see what words we have here. The secret of living is to find a pivot. The pivot of a concept on which you can make your stand. This is word from Legacy Perandelo. That's all for me. Before I'm ending this session, let's together having some games. Here I provide you a flashcard. You may see the flashcard 1 to 5. You can select 1 to 5 and I will read you the questions, and you may answer spontaneously when I pick you up. Whoever you raise your hands. You may prepare the game and prepare all the notes before we continue the games. Okay, let's go. Thank you for my slide.